Hey everybody, what's going on? Randall here, back again with our top 5. More like the game's top 5. So the top 5 we're working on today will be the legs here, and we have it pulled up. You see the legs. We have Strike Freedom, Lupus Rex, Build Burning Gundam, which I'm glad to see, Double O Gundam Seven Sword, and Infinite Justice Gundam. Alright, so let's jump into these and check these parts out and just kind of see how we feel about it versus how you might feel about it. So, of course, you know already out the gate we're going to load our base. So let's go ahead and load our base boy up real quick. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so assembly-wise, starting off with Infinite Justice. So you guys already know, I've said it time and time again, I am a huge fan of the designs in Seed and Seed Destiny. So, what we want to be mindful, Infinite Justice, I'm pretty sure that's Seed Destiny, yeah. Alright, so we have the Infinite Justice here, and let's move over to the legs. Alright, so let's take a look here. Alright, so looking at this, the Infinite Justice legs, you see it comes with the EX skill and an option skill, which is actually really cool. You have the Griffin Beam Blade, and you have the Super Lacerita Beam Saber. So Lacerita Beam Saber is actually a really cool EX skill. Not too bad. Now looking at design, you already know I am a fan. I love the shins. I love how they have that, they kind of protrude upward, especially above the kneecaps. The side skirt where you see the two beam sabers being held are also very, very pleasing on the eyes. So let's go ahead. We're going to equip you. Yep. Optional part. Performs consecutive kick attacks with beam blades deployed from the legs. And again, this beam saber performs consecutive attacks with the ambidextrous halberd made from two sabers. Okay, so let's just easily jump in here. This being the 5th place of the legs in the rank. All right, so again, looking at it, I love the way this looks. I don't know if you can color everything. That's something in my book. So let's go ahead and do the optional part. If you follow my builds and stuff, you already know I'm a huge fan of the kicking loadouts. Really cool fan. I feel like the animation really doesn't match with the beams, but I do love this is probably one of my favorite melee optional part style aside from like the Destiny grapple. So it's very clean, very nice. As far as the EX skill, is to be expected, but it has that end combo with the double saber, which is actually really fortunate and fun to combo in with. And like I said before, a lot of times you want to have that balance with the suit because, again, assuming you're not mashing the abilities, you want a suit that has some EX skills and some optional parts. These legs give you and provide one of each, so I think that's actually pretty cool. And now looking at this damage out from the gate, let's see. Yeah, see, I think this what's it called? Fury Dance or whatever, Wild Dance ability is actually pretty cool. Especially how it launches enemies. You think it's over, and you launch. Now you could easily follow up, and that ability is very quick, and it allows you to combo or launch them and look really cool while doing it. Alright, so let's check out the colors on this bad boy very quickly, because I feel like, in my opinion, how we look at this, we want to apply what we would consider if it's top or not, you know? Alright, so looking at the colors already, I think we may be in luck. Let's see, we might be in luck here. Alright, so we're going to just change some colors around. I'm going to make you gold. You, abracadabra, make you the black. And then you're just going to be glowing red. You, that little tan color we got. This is for the middle part. Actually, let's do this. That was in the middle there. And the detail. Okay, so it's safe to say these legs are actually pretty dope because you can color pretty much everything that's going on here. I'm very satisfied with that. Now, I do notice on the feet, you cannot actually change the color of where the beams come out, and that's totally fine. I feel like them being dark kind of helps you kind of forget that they're even there. Especially with the coloration around it, you can have a lot of fun with that. All right, so Infinite Justice, I totally see why that could be top 5. Mind you, there might be other better legs, but I'm not too mad about it, you know? All right, up next, we have another one, which is not shocking to say the least. We have the 00 Gundam Seven Sword legs. All right, so we have these in master grade, so we're just going to look at them in master grade. So you see the EX skills here. We have the GN Sword Long Beam Blast, the GN Qatar, and the long sword, the long and short sword too. And it comes with 2 optional skills, which this is phenomenal. Let me tell y'all why. This right here, let me drop this down real quick. There we go. All right, so this right here is a perfect pair of legs in my opinion. Mind you, again, we're using master grade, so some of the abilities you see here that roll inertly are kind of like, they could always change, right? So be careful. I know some people mention how some things can roll on parts more than others. That may be true, but we're not dedicating all that here. We're looking at the functionality and whatnot. So let's look over at our things. Sorry, y'all. Words are hard, and it has been a very long night. So we have the Qatars, we have the long sword and short sword, and we have the long beam blast, which is phenomenal to say the least. Let's just put that there. Optional parts, we have the short GN short launches the anchor. We have a beam saber throw, shock, so this stuns. So that's all we got here. Also, I want notice how the short anchor, if you hit topography or a big enough enemy, you will be pulled to that direction instead. So that's pretty much almost all the anchors in the game. If it's too big or you do it towards the wall, it kind of uses itself as a grappling hook. As far as the way these things look, anyone who's played any previous installments knows these legs are awesome. You always have a lot of options with them, as well as aesthetically pleasing. Mind you, I hope when it comes to painting that we can actually paint the gray area. Okay, so first off, we have, let's do a quick little roundabout look. Not too bad. All right, so we have the anchor here. Optional part, it does 1 damage. Then we have the saber throw. And again, like you remember, if you remember the Exia arms, they come out relatively quick. So there's nothing to concern yourself with. All right. And then for our short and long, it pretty much works as like a saber combo where you could easily just follow up. Being able to follow up is something that I like to do. And I don't know if that chirp was in my phone. Our Discord is blowing up right now. All right, so what we also have going on here. Oh, that's actually really nice. So you could definitely stun and go in with the combo and, put in work. Now, the Qatars. The Qatars, I think, are really cool looking. As far as their usability, you see that the little dance is actually pretty cool because it's the same on ground and in the air. Now, I do like the flurry, the little upflow like that. You see the damage is a lot for this. Compared to these, this 11. Let's see, one more time. Okay. I feel like, yeah, see, the damage is about the same until you lift up, right? And then that's where the damage changes. So I think overall this hits a little bit more and does a little bit more damage. While this EX right here, it's quick and it gets the job done, but it's something that you want to be mindful of because depending on if you are a suit that can't afford to get hit or in the middle of combo, And so overall, I definitely love the Katara EX skill. If I was to compare the two over each other, yeah. All right. So, and last but not least, we have the beautiful long beam blast. Now, the long beam blast is actually pretty cool. The damage is to be expected because we don't have anything on this kit, but it comes out fast. It looks like it has a long range too. Like I love the EX actions and the ranges you have. Looking at it, the animation for it is pretty cool because you actually see it. I appreciate when they implement the multiple functionalities of weapons, especially in EX skills, because we have like one piece gives you 5 things, y'all. 3 EX skills and 2 optional parts. Like hands down, this is a very strong set of legs. Very strong, and it looks really cool. Like it just looks really cool. You have the Kataras on your shins over here, on the side of your shins. Then you have a blade to each side. Even though the hip is asymmetrical, I think asymmetrical is kind of cool. Oftentimes. Also, Double O is one of those popular series. Now, of course, how they have the glow. Let's before we move on, I do want to test something for you guys. Let's see. Just because I feel like I should have done this for you guys previously. When you Trans-Am, just wanted to see if there's any special effects given off the legs, and there's not. Of course, they have their little glow, just like everything else, but I mean, to each their own. You do see the sides, a little difficult to tell, but they also have their glow as well. Okay, so of course, what we need to check next is the coloring. We're going to apply our changes here and go back and do the thing. So, looking at these bad boys, they're pretty. They're pretty. So we have the main tacit or groin area that you can color. You also have the color of the legs you can select. You can select these particular colors, the knee guards. This is the bottom of the feet as well as the middle tacit like area. Let's see. We got our blade colors here. And then we have the actual weapon armaments. Now you see that there are some colors we can't change, and that's these gray joints, these gunpla joints, which is highly unfortunate. I really wish we could change those, but in a perfect world, man, that's all I would need, honestly. All right, so we also have the power to change these right here. And then let's go ahead and change. Let's see what happens if we change these. So we have that ability to change the emission color in the knee joints as well as the blades. Now you can't have mix match blade colors here simply because how it is. But all in all, not too bad. Not too bad. Again, a drawback for me is personally not being able to color all of the mobile suit. That's a personal preference. I don't know if you guys are like that, but when it comes to usability, hands down, I feel like these legs should be higher up on the list. But who's to say? Because we haven't even gone through the list. That was just number 4. Up next, we have a favorite build fighter build here. And let's go ahead and make this be known. All right, build Burning. So you see we have a pair actually maxed out already. Looking at the skills, we have the Jigen Hao School Sensei Gary, and then we also have the School Martial Arts. So it comes with 1 EX skill and 1 optional skill, right? Let's just go ahead and equip this bad boy. And then I just want to do another turnaround. I like these legs. I do enjoy having the particle emissions on the knees. You could also add more particle with the builder parts to kind of make it pop if you want to do that, or you can just make them a little bit more subtle. Let's go ahead and equip our stuff very quickly. You can every time I look and begin to read it, I hear his voice, bro. I hear his voice. All right, so right here, quick turnaround, boom. All right, let's look at our optional part ability first. So this is actually super cool. It's very quick if you do it. Now, catching them in that kick is very reassuring. If you do it in the air, you do notice that you send them down. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, about like a 5. So the first few hits are actually pretty quick. Not the fastest, but I do love that gap close kick because you actually run to them. Let's see. Rawr! There we go. All right. So what you can do, you can actually just hold it and you go to the uppercut, which does, you know, for example, 13k, or you can tap it. And after you can keep tapping it, and then you can go into the uppercut. I think this is actually pretty strong. And I love the effect to it. It's really cool. All right, so up next is Jigenhal EX skill. Now, this EX skill is strong. It's super potent. Just to give you an idea, our option part, you know, it was doing between 5 to what, 13k, I think. Yeah, 13k. Look how much this does. Mind you, it's a little hard to hit at first, but you got 18, 37 to 18. That does a lot of damage. So, like, not only does this leg piece look cool, it does a crap ton of damage up close. I would definitely recommend this for a martial art build, especially if you are in the market for some really cool martial art legs, especially things you can do with. Hands down, this is a really, really cool thing. Now, any hyper trance ability, of course, you're going to have your particles glow to whatever extent. So that's another thing to keep in mind if you want to look really cool. Now, we did use Trans Am for those curious. If you want, let's see if we have the variant of RG system. Star build burning. Let's just see real quick, yeah? All right, so let's just see if anything is a little different with our colors. Not really. Not really. All right, so let's get back to it. That was the build burning. We were using the star burning, kind of. Yeah, see, man. Bruh, they be getting you. That's how they get you. All right, let's check out the colors real quick. Now, I already know I'm a fan of these because I have used these in previous builds as well. But for the sake of everything fun, let's just change everything to this, to the gold. I like how you can change the shins like this. I think it's actually really cool, really intuitive. But you see, the only thing we have here is, again, there are parts that we necessarily cannot color. Now, those are very well hidden, especially with colors, but it's not as much as the previous predecessor in this list. But, I mean, to each their own. As far as your glow, you can play around with whatever you want. Many times you see me use full emission power or no emission power. You can just play with the roughness. There's a lot of things you can play with here. Okay, so that is going to do it for this particular set of legs. Let's go ahead, discard our changes. All in all, I absolutely suggest this piece in terms of like martial art or close range builds or any sort of legs that you want to have, like that smooth round ability that gives you that extra oomph. I definitely see why these legs could be up here. All right, up next we're going to have a returning champion, and there's a lot of reasons as to why I feel as we see this suit a lot. And let's go ahead. Make sure, was it the head that had this ability? No, I think it was the core. Anyway, give me a second here. Yeah, it was the chest. Okay. So I just wanted to equip these legs. I know I didn't do the other ones justice in the same regard, But you see, these legs don't come with any EX options or EX skills. But if we were to compare, you know, let's say this right here, this is level 31 versus like Gushin or Rebake. I haven't dug into the exact skills that might roll on it. Again, I feel like it's more RNG rather than certain parts having certain abilities over others. I can be totally wrong, but right now I'm not going to go that in depth because that kind of stuff is subject to change, and I don't want to base it on that. Now, Gundam Lupus Rex, boy, you nasty. You real nasty. The legs are absolutely gorgeous. They're beautiful. And so let's go ahead and see if anything cool happens when we use the trans system for it. Now, again, we don't have any other, like, we don't do with it. But let's see what happens. Oh, maybe we should actually equip the actual parts. That would help, wouldn't it? Don't y'all love my raw recording? I know you guys do. I know you love it. I was like, man, you getting all my kind of bloopers today, dog. For real. But I think seeing this suit with like a kicking ability would actually be really, really cool. All right, so you see here, looking at it, let's activate this mode. And it doesn't do anything. Again, the head does all the cool stuff, which is something, you know, people wouldn't play with. I think aesthetically, these legs are very pleasing. And I also feel that they are probably very popular because of the way they look. Got our high heels, animalistic looking vibes going on. And I feel like there could always be something missing, like, you know, it has like by default a lot of defense, or by default that one ability people are looking for. You see max duration break combo in here. 1, 2, 3. Out of 3 of them I have, you got 4. So it's probably safe to say that that probably rolls on this piece a lot, maybe. Or we could look at other stuff, but I definitely noticed that those skills were rolling on this a lot. And again, it could be on all the other parts that we have, but that particular skill I see. And if you lean into that, even if you're farming for it, having that break combo for your max duration being up is very nice. All right, let's check the color real quick on these bad boys. All right, so the color for this, I think will probably be in a safe place in comparison to others, but let's just go ahead and make these red. We're gonna make this a gold. We're gonna make this gray. Let me give it a little glow. And here, give you a little metal. All right, so looking at everything, it's safe to say most of stuff aside from behind the joints are something you can color. And I'm totally fine with these being exposed the way they are. And of course you can change the color of these right here. Let's just change it like that. So not too bad. I really love the way these legs look, especially if people are just building based on aesthetic. But I think they're awesome. Personally, I think I might like the bell legs more. And they also give you, I think they also give you an option or EX skill. Let's see real quick. Yeah, there's a multitude. Oh gosh, we got rid of our bell, didn't we? Or am I tripping? Am I tripping? Let's see. Strength, fast run. So one thing I do want to point out with these legs, though, I'm looking in the wrong place, y'all. Again, one thing I want to point out with these legs, though, y'all, is the fact that I think they're super cool. But you have to finesse the chest or use it to make it, in my opinion, to kind of make everything very cohesive. Now, you can totally do it, but it's just the way it looks. Now, again, I said Bale because I like Bale. It's similar to the legs, but you get an EX skill instead. So that was pretty interesting to see up there. Um, Nonetheless, I do love Rex's design to this day. It's probably one of the more animal slash wolf legs we've seen. All right, last but not least, another reigning champ, Strike Freedom. You guys already know I've used these legs for quite some time. You have the Super Lacera Beam Saber. You have the 3 rail cannon as an option part. Now these are gorgeous, beautiful. I love that you could probably color every single thing in here. There's no reason not to love this. So let's go ahead and do this right here. Then we're going to install a rail cannon. Let's jump in. Now, Strike Freedom, hands down, has always been a very fun suit, very popular suit for reasons, because I think it's a gorgeous design, especially with the color inlay with the gold and stuff like that. All right, so we have our rail cannon. Comes out really quick, and it shoots up to 3 times before we stop. Or no, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that's something you could probably also change depending on your stats, as well as getting all your shots out. But we have that as your optional part. Now, I think it does alright damage, right? Given the level of what we picked, I think it does alright damage. But the important part that it actually stuns. As far as our EX skill goes, looks familiar. So, similar to Infinite Justice, we do have that skill, but in exchange for, instead of having a kicking combo for our option skills, we have a ranged option, which I think is really good to have, especially if it stuns, or if you're the kind of person who you're on a melee build or something like that, and you're trying to keep your enemies locked or from just stop moving. I think it's actually really good. My opinions are going to remain for now in regards of this thing is a lot of damage. You see just 14k, then all that. And again, these numbers are subject to change because the level of the suit, the parts I'm using. Can I see why this is up here? Absolutely. From a, mechanic standpoint, like EX skills options, I'm still surprised Double O Quant was where it was. I was surprised that it wasn't higher, but Build Burning was a very strong pair of legs. So let's go ahead and color this bad boy real quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and change this to our red. We'll change the blue to our gold yet again. We'll actually change. Oh, I love how you can change the color of these. Change them to this dark green, heavy green. We can also change the accent to this dark light green here. Change the red tips. Let's make them glow a little bit, and this right here, you can make these glow too. I love the coloration on this suit. I love the selection choices we can do. I love the color options. I think they're really good and really strong. Look at that. All of that is amazing. I love it. So I definitely see why I can tell why Strike Freedom is in the top 5. Build Burning is top 5. Seven Swords top 5. Infinite Justice, I'm still, the verdict's still out. It's like a different variant of Strike Freedom, but these are beautiful legs, so I get why they could be up here. And mind you, again, this is what I'm going off of. That this might not be what everyone else believes or thinks. Everyone's subject to their own opinion, okay? Because gunpla is freedom at the end of the day. But my take on it, overall, these top 5, if I had it my way, I would probably put Build Burning second, Double O Gundam 7 Sword probably third. Rex will probably be 5th. Rex would totally be 5th at this point. Yeah, and I wouldn't mind leaving Strike Freedom up there just because I love the coloration you can do with it. And because it has that flat back, you could also do a lot of like small accessories, or you can like put pistols, daggers, stuff like that. The saber hilts, those also could be something you can mess with. All right, y'all, I know this has been a long time coming, but I've enjoyed doing these videos. We usually don't do stuff like this too often, but to say the least, I think it's actually really cool to have fun videos, just kind of dissecting what we think, what we see, what we can kind of infer and whatnot. And I'm very interested to hear your opinions. So please do me a favor, share your opinions in the comments below, and we can just continue to chat amongst ourselves. Let me know if you agree with these top 5 parts, or if you disagree. It's totally fine to disagree, y'all. It's totally fine. But as always, thank you for checking this video out. Until the next one, stay out of trouble and nothing but love. Peace.